Welcome to another video of Dead by Daylight. My name is Cubeproductions. Today we're using a really interesting build, but also today's a special video because we are fighting against a streamer. But we'll talk about that more after we go across these perks. First, we're going to use Eruption. We kick a generator. That generator is highlighted in yellow. Once we down a survivor, a generator that we last kicked that was highlighted in yellow will lose 10% of its progress, start regressing, and the survivors on that gen when it explodes. Then their aura is revealed to you for 12 seconds and they will scream. Really good perk for Score Merchant, and a really good perk in general. We have Oppression. When you kick one gen, 3 other random gens will start regressing automatically, and if a survivor is on one of those 3 random gens, they will be hit with a really hard skill check. But then this perk has a 80-second cooldown. This perk is really good, only in my opinion, on Score Merchant, but maybe you can find a use for it to other people. We have Sloppy Butcher, so we can basically M1 survivors and make them mangled and hemorrhage and make them heal slower. I'm mainly using this with a combination of Thanophobia than the last perk we have, because basically when you use Thanophobia, the more people that are injured, the slower repair, sabotaging, and totem cleansing is, and if all 4 are injured, it's a 12% penalty to everything instead, which is really good. I mainly wanted to try and just see if I could use different gen protection perks and not just use Pay Resonance and Power Goes Squeeze, because I always use them. That's why I have Eruption and then I have Oppression. We have Adaptive Lighting to make ourselves undetectable, and then we also have Bright Noise Generator to make ourselves make every survivor oblivious. This is also a viewer requested build, by the way, so if you have any viewer requested builds, please let me know in the comments and I'll try using them. This is from Cyril, I think how you pronounce that name, I don't know. But anyway, I want to get straight to the game, but first let's talk a little context about the video. As you can see, we are fighting against 4 people. This is a survivor friend squad. Normally I don't really show off the, before we get into the game, the people. But basically, we were playing in this game and I was fighting against a streamer and I was like, oh, that's nice. I already fought against streamers all the time. But this time I decided to see after the game was over if the streamer was live, and I had asked them if I could use their gameplay, and they said sure. It was a weird sure, but it was sure. So you have a really interesting video where first we're using a viewer requested build and we're fighting a streamer. So let's see how great or bad this game goes. Okay, playing on Ironworks of Misery. So first I'm going to showcase the build. So first we're going to kick generators with the way we activate our Eruption. But first I'm going to put a drone on the main building because the main building is really important. So having a drone there will be really good.
Ew.
Oh my god.
But then the second I put the drone up, they see it and they immediately tell each other that it's a drone. This is why playing against Starber Friends is becoming annoying. But I'm going to kick this gen out of it Oppression.
Time for tea bags.
He looked at me, kicked my gen, and decided.
There's Oppression.
He signed up for a free gen.
And immediately I go after this person because I was like, okay, I'm going after you. But first I was like, wait, let me kick this gen because of Eruption, like I just talked about at the beginning of the video. And then this girl decides to run back for some strange reason, so I'm going to hit her. And hopefully I can get a quick down if possible. And because we got Eruption on that generator, we'll be able to make it so it loses progress automatically. I also realized that they're cyber friends, so they're going to have comms and basically know exactly where I am always.
Eruption. Or that jolt.
And because of the fact that we have Eruption, we're able to see that there's people on that generator and we automatically see them scream. I kind of like the fact that I can show both point of view. That's why I always ask streamers, can I use their point of view? Because it's really interesting so you can see what I have to go through and what they have to go through. So if you look at the streamer's build, you realize he has a toolbox with a brand new part in it. I never realized it, really, until I started playing. Also, for some reason, he likes to teabag a lot. I don't know why he does that, honestly. But I was like, okay. But I see him. I know he's going to vault this pallet, obvious. But for some reason, I swing. I'm thinking he's going to go continue re-vaulting it. Then he tries to start right here. Now, luckily for me, he slow vaults that window. So I was able to down him. By the way, do not teabag my Score Merchant. I will kill you. But also because of the fact that when you teabag, you lose distance. So there's no point in doing it, honestly. But now we are going to hook him on a hook because we need to try and get this game done as fast as possible. Because I know they're on comms. They will easily be able to tell each other where we are. They do the generator that's right there. I expected them to do it. That's why I didn't try and even go protect it at that point. But that's why I use Oppression, because Oppression can hopefully protect generators that are across the map.
She's going back. The main.
Like I said, because they have the ability to use comms, they can easily tell each other where I am, which is really sad and annoying because of the fact that basically the whole point of the view reveal was to use adaptive lighting so I can become basically not undetectable, but like stay undetectable even longer, making it harder for survivors to be able to do things. So I put the drone up there. I didn't put this part in the video, but one of the people, so like I said, this is survivor friends, and one of them said, "Can that drone really go up that high?" And I was like, "Yes." In my head, I was like, "Mm-hmm, it definitely can." So this girl runs right back towards the through the drone radius for some reason and exposes herself. And because I know exactly where she's going, cause I can just tell by the map layout, and I can just imagine, like, literally her, what's it called? She's still being affected by the drone, so I know she's definitely went a certain way. So because of that reason, I was able to catch her off guard, and I was able to go across the main building on the left side and down her. Hey, look at our gen setup. We don't even have a 3-gen really. We have a 3-gen, like one person going in a straight line. Then the streamer, who was named by the way is Brendan204. Make sure you check out his Twitch channel. But I was gonna say, I'll link it in the description by the way. But I was gonna say, he goes inside of the middle gen 2 and he wants to try and do the generator. But I'm like, no. So I'm gonna chase this person, even though I probably shouldn't do it honestly. But the only reason why I chased it, I felt like I was in a really good position at the moment because the 3 gens on the right are just no one's working on them. Even though I don't have drones on them, they just don't want to work on them because they know that if they work on them, there's a high chance I'll find them. So right here, I'm gonna go chase this person instead. Luckily for me, he runs to the top of the building where I have a drone, so I can activate this drone and make him oblivious, giving myself a speed buff, and also using adaptive lighting to my advantage. Now that he's oblivious, I'm gonna break this wall and pretend like I'm chasing him, but in reality, I'm gonna drop down. So I'm thinking he's gonna go down the stairs, but in reality, he actually fell down too, but a different way. And he's now on this really bad pallet. So this is a really easy hit, and all I have to do is mind game him, and there it is. But then I miss, and I'm like, hello? And because I got stuck on the side of the little things, I was like, really? But it's fine, because it didn't matter anyway, because as you can see, they did the general across the entire map. I'm showing his point of view in the top right, because I want y'all to see what's happening. First I want to show y'all that they weren't doing anything for like 20 seconds, just moving around in a circle. And then I want to show y'all that they're on the other side of the gen. Now I want you to also pay really close attention to how they play, because of this reason. For example, right now they're about to sabotage this hook. Because I see him sabotaging, I purposely stop carrying the survivor and drop him on the ground, and I'm start chasing them, because I'm in a really good position, even though I lost 2 gens. I've only got like 4 hooks, because of the fact that one of them's injured, one of them's down, the other one's probably healing, the other one's on the ground, and then the last person is being chased right now. It's like they're not doing anything at the moment. And if you look, like I said before, pay attention, notice how they haven't still done any of the gens that are on the other side of the map. And that's because of the fact that, like I said, they're scared that, I don't really know why, honestly. They started doing the generator on the hill, and then they stopped doing it for some reason. I'm trying to mind game here, but he just keeps going forward. I'm like, huh, I guess. But, I have no drone here, so I don't have the ability to track where he is. So, and then he starts teabagging again in the, after vaulting the window. I'm like, okay. And he keeps going, keep going. I'm like, activate the drone in the main building, that way I have a higher chance of hopefully catching someone in there and maybe getting them exposed. He's actually a pretty good looper, but then, like I said before, whenever you teabag, I feel like you lose distance, so what's the point of teabagging? Also, I'm just gonna kill you anyway, so it's not like you, like for example, right now he has nowhere to go, so it's like, well, I know he has dead hard, because I can tell he had dead hard. That's why I tricked my head like, no. I could tell he had dead hard because it was kind of obvious. I see someone right here. I'm thinking they have a flashlight, but they don't. But I'm gonna pick him up real quick and put him on the hook right behind me. But yes, sometimes it's really obvious when a person has dead hard. Probably because he was teabagging a lot, I could just tell. But right here when I kick this gen, they finally start working on the generators that are actually on this side of the map. And then I have oppression, so now the generators can start regressing automatically. But now I'm gonna go towards the generators all the way across the map, because I was like, well, there's basically 2 generators that are really far away from me, and I don't have any way to, what's it called? I have no way to really protect them without oppression, so I have to protect them manually by going over towards them. So now this person right here, I'm gonna hit them, and now I'm gonna continue chasing them. They just unhook off the hook, but I know there's nowhere for them to go, because as you can see, when Brendan, the streamer, went over here, there was a pallet. So now I've got 2 free hits. One person's injured, this guy healed. I got fat shamed by the rock, and then I'm gonna continue chasing. Then I realized, wait, let me kick this gen again, because they can start regressing. That's why I use Xenophobia, and this build is actually really good. Thank you so much for requesting this build, by the way. It actually really helped me in this match. If you watch my previous videos, you know how much I've not really praised, but how much I've talked about how I like oppression as a perk. And I feel like the only problem with oppression is really the fact that it has a long cooldown. Like the fact that it's still on cooldown right now is sad. I see someone, so I'm like, I chase it. Coming, got it. Okay, so because of that reason, I'm gonna chase this person. But then I'm like, they're injured, but they're all really good at looping, so hopefully I can down this person extremely fast. So of course, the best way to mind game a survivor is to basically do no mind game at all. So I just pretend like I'm gonna go that way, and then they just vault the window, and I get it really easy down. And then because of that, we get eruption. Eruption activates, and now I have the ability to basically hook this person, and the same hook I hooked someone else earlier. And I believe they're on the first hook, actually. I don't remember hooking this person once. And now there's 2 claw traps. I can just look at my scanner and see exactly where they are. Because of the fact that I know where they are, I'm going to try and go back towards them. So I see they're on this generator again. Now I'm going to reactivate this drone. But then the second I go over here, she starts running to unhook. But I am going to kick this gen because I know they're someone working on it. But because of eruption, actually, the second I hooked the person, they got off the gen. So now I'm going to go over here, and then of course the second I go over there, the generator is completed. I'm like, okay. But now I have this 3 gen that I never even intended to even get because the survivors have been doing the generators across the entire map. And that's why I said I wanted to pay attention to how the survivors act and also what they say and how they play. Because I want you to understand that if you watch this video so far, you know that I purposely did not just protect these 3 gens. So I literally was protecting all the gens, and then I would mainly the only gen I really protected was the main building one.
Have we got a 3 gen?
Pretty sure.
She was protecting it in the beginning.
So of course I didn't watch the stream while I was playing, but when I was recording and I was rigging this video and editing, I was like, wait, what? I was so confused. I was lost. And he said he protected the 3 gen from the beginning. I was like, when? In my head, I was like, when did I do that? Like, when? Literally not once. I literally put a drone on the main building. I put on drone on this gen on the hill. And then I went towards a generator across the map. When did I protect this 3 gen? I'm so confused. So right here, this girl, because of my viewer build, and he wanted me to use adaptive lighting, I was able to get actually a really sneaky hit on this Jane, and now it's a really easy.
I'm gonna put my brand new part on this one by the hill.
And like I said earlier in the game, they have a brand new part. So of course I didn't realize it even at all, but it made sense because when I downed this Jane on that generator literally had about, let's say, 10% progress. I literally hooked her on this far away hook. That way they would have to go all the way over there to get her. And then I come back and this generator is almost completed, and I'm like, what? And in my head it didn't make any sense. But I didn't really thought about it until just now. And when I was editing it, he said he had a brand new part. I'm like, okay. So then because of that reason, I was like, oh no, this toolbox must be too strong. So I decided to go after the streamer first and grab everyone else later. Also, I know he's dead on hook, so I was like, this is the best option. So now that I know he's dead on hook, I need to, of course, try and get him down if possible. But then he starts teabagging, and I'm like, what are you doing? So because of that reason, he lost so much distance when he literally had the ability to move really fast. I knew he wasn't going to drop that pallet, so I purposely swung, but then I missed. But then right here, I swing, and I get the hit. So I was like, yes. And then I realized as long as no one drops the pallet on me, I basically get a free down, and now we have one less person to deal with in the game. Now I'm worried though they're gonna do that generator because of the brand new part he put on it. So because of that reason, it's like at 70% completion. But he's dead on hooks, and all I have to do is worry about the last 3 survivors. One person's getting exposed, and I'm like, hello? This girl clearly sees me, and it's like, I don't care, and she's gonna go after this gen and do it anyway. One girl exposed, so I'm going to go after her later. But before I could even do anything, I realized something. Wait, I sense an error. And that's when it hits me. This point has a flashlight probably. So I'm worried. And there it is. And then this person right here, I'm like, you're going to do this gen. Why? Like, you see me carrying someone. You're not going to get this gen completed. Like, they really are trying to do this gen. So I'm like, you know what? Fine, I'll murder you. So I'm going after them. But then I realized, wait, we got the girl who's exposed. So I put a drone up here because in case you don't know, if you're exposed, then I put a drone up and you go back into the drone radius, you'll get re-exposed and the timer resets. So that's why I put that drone there. My Jane right here, I don't use my drone. I don't use my scanner so I can see where she is whenever she goes inside my drone radius. Because that person filled that generator, I know they're over here. So I'm gonna go towards them, and they're gonna run straight towards me because they don't know where I'm coming from. Because I'm untouchable and they're oblivious. And like before, they're gonna run in the middle of nowhere, 360, and I get a free down. So now at the end of the game, basically it just goes. It literally just crumbles down. Like they literally went from almost winning because of the really annoying what's it called, brand new part, to folding and really getting destroyed because they all wanted to do that one gen instead of trying to spread out. So right here I use my scanner so I can see exactly where she is, my radar, I mean. So now because I know where she is, I can mind game because not only am I undetectable, she's also oblivious, so when she leaves she can't figure out where I am, and while I'm in there she can't see where I am either. So because of that reason, my red stain is hidden and we get 3 quick downs and we are going to get 3 quick hooks. We all know Jane's not dead on hook, but the problem is because everyone else is down, there's no way they can survive. They can rescue her. So I'm not really worried. I do kick this gen just on the off chance one of them has unbreakable or some really annoying perk to get off my shoulder or get off the hook or get off the or get back off the ground. I mean, so because of that reason, I'm trying to find them all, but I can't hear them. And then there's someone right here, so I'm like, yes. So now I'm pick them up, and now the hook right in front of me. All I have to do is go towards the hook. But the second I go over there, I'm like, they get off my shoulder. I'm like, hello? And I'm trying to remember what perk that is that lets them do that. So because of that reason, I was like, how in the world are you off my shoulder? But luckily for me, they go upstairs. And as you don't already know, we already did this before, there's a drone up here. So look at this really, really cool play. So because he's exposed, and because he's like oblivious, I'm going to drop down. She's going to continue going forward, and then at the last possible second...
Oh, god damn it. Your undetectable is bullshit.
Okay, now we all have to do is find the last person, which is going to be impossible because this map is humongous, and I have no idea where they are. But during this part of the video, I'm just going to put down more drones so I can get some more blood points, honestly. Because Alien is coming out soon, and I really want to use his perks and level him up immediately so I can show y'all some really cool Alien score merchant builds. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video so far, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I know it's probably like y'all's first time seeing a video of me when I actually am fighting a streamer. I never slander streamers or anything like that. I do give my opinion, like when I said like, why are you teabagging when you just die? But like, you know, I never slander anyone. I do think that this streamer is actually really, really cool and actually really, really good. They do one thing at the last part of the video, which I'll show y'all, that does really concern me. But other than that, I really think this streamer and this team was really nice and funny. At the beginning of the game, they did say a score merchant, which I feel like is every single survivor's like first thought whenever they fight against score merchants. So honestly, I was used to it. The only thing I would say is I get the hatch right here, which makes me really happy. But the only thing I would say is I don't like the fact that, well, everyone entitled to their opinion, but it's just really weird how they thought I just immediately started setting up a 3-gen. And that's why I'm talking about when I make my videos and I always say, like, this is how survivors think. Like, this is really... Like, Score Merchant has done this. Like, that's why Score Merchant is such an annoying killer. Like, even if you play like the way I play here, which is just downing everyone if possible, not really protecting gens insanely much, using gen perks, but using the perks and the drones to protect gens, but not really camping gens like that. Even when you play her like that, it still is like, ew, a Score Merchant, ew, why are you playing this killer, ew, different things like that. And I just find it like annoying because no matter how you play the killer, basically, survivors gonna always complain. And that's how it is. That's how ending game is, sadly. But no matter what happens, I will still make videos for y'all, and I'll still keep playing Score Merchant because I love Score Merchant. But as a result, we were able to kill every single person, and now you're gonna see what happens in the game. You can see their builds, and of course, like I said, make sure you go to his Twitch channel and that you follow him, or maybe subscribe if you enjoy his content. As you can see, this is the brand new part, and there's the iridescent add-on for the medikit to make it extremely hard for me to be able to actually making it extremely hard for me to be able to actually get them down, because I use Sly Butcher and I noticed they kept healing a lot, and I was like, huh. And for the last thing I wanted to show y'all, I wanted to show you that for some reason why when he loses, he decided to report me for griefing, and I'm like, Oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, this video without to slander anyone. I just wanted to show y'all, like, this is how my scoreboard games go, so y'all don't think I'm just lying. But if you enjoyed the video, I'll see y'all in the next one. Have a nice day.